Martinez back again in my warehouse, so let's get into it. So guys, I'm touching base with you right about now. If you've seen this channel for the first time, please do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and let's get into it in respect to these fragrances. However, if you're in the UK, wow, who knows what's going to happen this time next week with this lockdown situation and the different tier systems and everything else going on. It's a very difficult time. So even, especially for us, going out and testing out fragrances and different things like that is very difficult to do, because obviously there's restrictions on being around people, being in people's homes and everything else like that. So it will have an impact on the fragrance community. So by all means, guys, let me know down below with your comments. Have you found that this has actually started to impact yourself when it comes to buying fragrances? Has it also put you off from basically, you know, even testing fragrances, new things come out, and maybe you're just waiting just to see the reviews from obviously the content creators and everything else like that? But for me, guys, at the end of the day, you know, there's fragrances that I'm happy to go and test, but there's other fragrances that realistically it just doesn't make sense to go and kill myself to try and get to the stores, because the way things are going right about now, local lockdowns, regional lockdowns, potentially even, you know, national lockdown in the UK, it is crazy. It's crazy. On the locura in serio. So realistically, guys, yeah, just wanted to touch base with you in respect to these two fragrances. Looked on the Zara website because a lot of you guys keep mentioning it to me, and yes, I will at some point do a review of the I mean, some of those fragrances, guys. The difficulty that I'm sort of facing now is, you know, some of you guys refer to the fragrance of this fragrance smells like, I don't know, Baccarat Rouge 540, or this fragrance smells like, you know, for example, Creed Irish Tweed or something like that. But to be honest, guys, I'm at a point where I think, to be honest, it's useful to buy and consider those fragrances. But again, a lot of the time, the longevity is just so poor. It's very difficult to go to the stores, and in this moment anyway, to go to the stores and try out the fragrances, number one. But number two, I'm a big advocate right about now that you should save your money, guys, and go and purchase the real thing. Because if you're gonna go and spend your time focusing on these niche, focus on fragrances which are trying to imitate the niche brands, knowing full well at the end of the day, yes, you could wear something, but it may not quite be on point, it may not be as close, you're not gonna feel the same, you're not gonna maybe give off the same vibe. For me, guys, again, I do appreciate the comments when it comes to the Zara fragrances, but I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm sure you guys can try out other fragrances as well. It's not just that particular house. Anyway, it might undermine what I'm going to say now, but at the end of the day, guys, because there's two fragrances on there that I can still see on there, which I still think actually aren't that bad. While I say that, again, it's probably more for like a first time buyer if you've not actually tried out these fragrances before. They're in a double pack now, I can see on the website. And ultimately, these ones, again, some people have talked about them before, but again, we're getting to winter, and again, as you can see, it is pretty much going to be like a sort of like autumn, cooler time, winter type of vibe that we're going to be rocking. And between the two, guys, I'm sure I've done a review on this before, but I'm just going to give you an update now on my thoughts. We got this one here. As you can see, this is from the tobacco collection as well. This one came out a while ago, actually. This is Rich One with Spicy, Rich One with Addictive, Fresh, Spicy. I'm not going to do a review on that one because that's not actually on the website, I can see. And the other one, again, guys, that comes in the double pack is this one here. And this one is also intense, dark, and elusive. Exclusive, man, wow, tired. But I want to get this out. So basically, before you buy this double pack, guys, I say to think very strongly. This one, again, is a nice one. This one is the Rich One and Addictive, which I've mentioned so many times before. It's my second bottle, and you can see how much juice I have left in this one. This one, to me, guys, is it actually smells more expensive, in my opinion, than what it is. Now, again, I've had a recent discussion with someone about the same thing about Harrods, Parfums de Marly's Harrod. And again, that type of creamy cigar leaf, vanilla, tonka bean, not as much cherry in this one, but that type of vibe, tobacco vanille vibe, not necessarily this one, but going along that sort of way when it comes to tobacco fragrances. You know, this one here is giving me actually coconut. I do get like definitely like a cigar leaf type of smell coming off there. I mean, there's a woodsy note as well in there. And for me, guys, this is probably, it smells actually, in my opinion, it smells expensive for compared to some of the other releases that Zara have released. I don't want to talk about the warm black one right about now. Just focus on this one for the people who are going to buy that multi-pack. I think you got to be keep an eye out for this one. I think this is a good one. I think this is actually highly underrated, and I think it's one for tobacco fragrances, which in my opinion, you know, it actually is nice. It just reminds me of like a sort of like You do get this like a bit of like a suntan lotion sort of vibe going on in the opening, which is coming from the coconut. But if there's like cognac or some sort of rum note in here, I'm picking up on that. And again, it's the cigar note. Again, some type of maybe cedar or something in the base. For me, guys, this is a nice fragrance, and I would highly recommend it. Let's get that off there. Bam. Whoopah. People trying to ruin the tune, ruin the vibe. Get off the camera. Get off the camera. Anyway, so I enjoy this fragrance, guys. I don't wear it all the time, so again, this is the sort of fragrance which, again, I think it's only costing around about £12 or so. I keep this one on deck, but at the same time, it's not one I'm going to be wearing all year round. It's going to be only for the winter time and autumn time, and this is definitely getting into that. This one, however, on the other hand, is slightly more of a, how could I say, it doesn't seem as tobacco based in comparison to this Rich Warm and Addictive. This one seems to be slightly more, I'd say, borderline juvenile. This one seems to be it has this apple note in there. So for me, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of apple when it comes to fragrances. When we're talking about apple in a fragrance compared to something like Versace Eros, for example, that's got an apple note in there. Different type of vibe, big banging clubbing scent. That's a different type of vibe. This one seems to be more so of someone who's maybe just getting used to fragrances, someone who's just maybe introducing himself. I don't want to come across too abrasive, too offensive. This is a nice fragrance, but to be honest, guys, I don't really get much by way of any complexity. You can see how much juice is in there, put it that way. I probably don't think I'll sell it just for the moment. I sell a lot of these fragrances on eBay as well, guys. But for me, guys, this is one of those fragrances that I just feel it's just so. If someone had bought this one for me, I'd be happy. I would say thank you. But I just don't feel I'm going to do much with it. I don't think it's going to necessarily make me think, you know what, that's the first one I'm going to pretty much go and pick up for. That's me personally. Not everyone else is going to see it that way. But at the end of the day, guys, it's nice, it's okay. It's just like a bit of a, as I say, like an introduction fragrance in my opinion. It's not really highly complex. It's slightly more even borderline aquatic, I'd say, in comparison to this one, which is definitely a slightly more, I mean, I think this could even be unisex to some extent, but slightly more manly with this one, with the cigar sort of tobacco leaf vibe going on here. This one seems to be definitely got a tobacco note, but it seems to be slightly more lighter, fresher, crisp with this apple note in there. Nice fragrance, but just not enough for me personally to make me want to go and buy this one again. This one, as I say, this is my second bottle, so that says something. So ultimately, guys, if for a buying guide for the multi-pack, would I recommend this one? I would say yes. Would I recommend it as a gift to somebody else? I'm going to say no, because not everybody's into tobacco fragrances. But as we get into that sort of stage when it comes to the house, or sorry, when it comes to the time of year, I'm going to say by all means, go and pick this one up. Get this one in your collection. If you want to just try, and maybe you do like slightly more, not necessarily fruity fragrances, but slightly more of a lighter type of tobacco, something that's not too heavy, then obviously I say, you know, give this one a try, or at least get it in the multi-packing rather than just buying this one on its own. This is, as I say, in my opinion, one of the better fragrances, and I think slightly underrated, Zara released. When this came out, there was a big hoopla about it. But since then, obviously, other things have come out. But Herod, Tobacco Vanille, you know, even Warm Black, along that line when it comes to tobacco fragrances, what to say, fresh, warm and spicy, can't remember what it's called anymore. It's along that line, but this, in my opinion, is one of the ones that started it off, and this is one that will keep in my collection for the time being. But anyway, guys, when it comes to longevity, as a final point, I mean, you're gonna have to reapply these fragrances, guys. I wouldn't want to overspray this one because I think it could be a little bit cloying, but at the same time, this one can easily give me probably a good 4 hours or so, give or take. This one doesn't seem to project as much. This one gives me the scent trail, this one gives me the bubble, the sillage is there as well. I leave the room, come back, I can still smell it. This one seems to become a skin scent probably after about 2 hours. So again, I think this is more trying to catch maybe day and night, if you put it that way. But this doesn't really seem to be heavy enough to be a night fragrance. It's just that maybe this is probably more of a lighter version of a tobacco sort of reminiscent fragrance. And this one's going in a slightly different direction with still tobacco, but slightly more of this sort of, I want to even say like cocktail coconut vibe with this one, and I really enjoy this one, guys. So anyway, as I want to say, hopefully this will save you some time and some money. Definitely getting some new equipment. New equipment is on the way, so hopefully that will bring up the quality of the videos, and that's what I'm trying to do, guys, as we go along. But again, I hope this will save you some time and some money. I definitely want to get some reviews with a few ladies before the lockdown finally, ultimately kicks in. We just got to bear with me, guys. So leave your comments down below. Is there a particular fragrance you'd like me to get some reviews on? Have you purchased any one of these two? Please let me know, guys. As I say, I personally enjoyed this one by all means, but have you also purchased this old one here, which I say has this type of apple bergamot sort of thing going on in there, this type of vibe? Let me know down below, guys, which one you think is the better one, and I'll see you on the next video. Ciao.